Hi everyone, it's Rio Cloud Sync. In today's session, we'll be focusing on streaming API events. The streaming API service provides us native capability to be able to ship event information directly to an Azure Events Hub or storage account within the Microsoft Azure Management Portal. This provides us capability to retain information and logs. The streaming API service is based on low latency and high throughput. How do we access the API service? Well, first things first, we need to be a global admin or a security admin to be able to administer the streaming API events. We need to access security.microsoft.com. Down the left hand side, where we have our widgets, we scroll all the way down. We select settings. We select Microsoft 365 Defender. There is an option for streaming API. And with that, it gives us the capability to be able to add streaming events to our storage account or Events Hub. The maximum capacity for such events is 5 instances. How do we add a streaming API instance? Well, we select Add, and we have an option to either forward to an Azure storage account or forward events to an Event Hub. And then we can categorize what events we would like to stream. How do we go about creating the storage account as well as the Events Hub, and what information do we need? Well, first things first, we need to access Microsoft Azure. We need to have an associated Azure subscription to our tenant ID. We need to access the subscription itself, and we need to scroll down to resource providers. There should be a resource provider called Microsoft Insight. If you can't see it natively, then you can search through the filter by name search bar here. In this instance, I can see Microsoft.insights here, and I can see it's in a registered state. If it's not in a registered state, please select and press register. That provides Microsoft as a service native access to be able to source the alerts from the Defender for Endpoint console and retain them in a storage account or an Events Hub. So prerequisites wise, once you've acquired the licensing, you've got the relevant role, and you've registered the Microsoft Insights resource provider, you should be good to go. We now need to create a storage account or Events Hub. For simplicity reasons, I've already created the instances of the storage account and Events Hub. However, just keep it standard, and I'll go through any dependencies or limitation as we go through the tutorial. So first things first, I'm going to scroll down, I'm going to click Storage Account. I've created a storage account out of the box called DFE Alerts. The kind is Storage V2, and by all means you can change the tier of storage account. This is not going to be accessed frequently, so once again it's going to be low cost but high retention. And we can also associate workflows with this in terms of that retention workflow. So if we select the DFE Alert storage account, you can see the properties of the storage account of what I've created. It was just out the box. I can scroll down the left where it says Endpoints, and I want to take the storage account resource ID. You want to copy this. You want to go back to the Defender for Endpoint console. We want to give it, once we give it a name, in this instance I've just named it storage account. We want to select forward events to Azure storage. We want to select the text box, Control A. Control A doesn't want to work. If not, you want to highlight it and paste over. And you see that I've got the ID of the storage account named DFE Alerts, and the event types I want to stream are all of them. So what you do, you go ahead and select all the alerts and press submit. Once you've done that, you've created your API instance. This is for the storage account. So we want to create it for the Events Hub now. So same principle, we press add, We go back to the Microsoft Azure Management Portal. We want to go to our Events Hub. You can see I've called it DFE Alerts, just like the storage account. Out of the box configuration, we're going to click into DFE Alerts. The one thing you want to take out of the Events Hub is, by default, if you're using the out-of-box configuration, by all means you can stream it all to the Events Hub. Namespace, in essence. However, you would have to create a single instance Events Hub and name it. Okay. However, if you leave it out of the box, it will create an Events Hub instance, okay, for each individual alert category. So in this instance, I'm just going to leave as is. I'm going to select properties. I'm going to copy the ID. I'm going to go back to the Defender console. I'm going to select forward events to Event Hub. So I'm going to name this one as your Events Hub. I'm going to select forward events to Event Hub. And once again, I'm going to copy over the Event Hub name. As I said, if you specify an Event Hub name through the creation of Event Hub within the namespace, then by all means it's just going to export the logs into that one Event Hub. However, if you don't create an additional Event Hub and don't specify an Event Hub name, it will create an Event Hub based on all the different categories down below. We're just going to stream alerts and we're going to select Submit. We've now created both our instances of Azure Events Hub and storage account, and we're streaming our alerts to Z instance. Any questions, please do let me know. Thank you.